Okay.
Good afternoon, girls. How are you all?
Good afternoon. Alhamdulillah.
So that we will solve paper 6 today. I gave you the link yesterday. Let's see the link. The one I have given, this is this first paper. Look at the screen. I have given you the link up to number 17. That is variant 6.1. So this variant we will solve. That before that, Rahma didn't join it, right?
No, miss.
Rahma sent one.
Yes, yes, I did.
You did. Rahma sent one beautiful things. I will show you. I'll not tell. I'll not tell that you'll not understand now. When you'll see, you'll understand.
Oh, did she finish the pandemic situation?
Wait. I'll show you. If I tell that you'll not, I will share and you will
The
understand.
WhatsApp list or on the screen?
No, I'll show you now.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
share the screen.
Are you seeing the picture? Girls?
Yes, miss.
Is it clear?
Yes, miss.
What the world has
Yes,
become.
it's loading. Yes.
I mean, it is kind of true.
Have you seen the picture, girls?
Yes,
Yes.
miss.
So do you think it's correct? Look, her creativity.
Obviously, yes.
And all the people are in the caves and they're wearing masks and all the animals are now outside. Thank you. This is a perfect picture for present situation. So girls, now and now we will be going back to our past paper, and everyone please read the first page. And in this I'll stop sharing this now. Let's start our past paper. Now see that everyone need to read the first question carefully. Fruits such as apples and bananas contain chemicals called polyphenols. As enzyme, polyphenol oxidase. Substance is polyphenol and the enzyme is polyphenol oxidase. This is also present. So it catalyzes the reaction which convert the polyphenols into brown colored components. And the reaction that happens, the cells are damaged and exposed to oxygen in the air. So polyphenol with the oxygen, because it will expose with the air. And the enzyme is polyphenol oxidase, then it will turn brown color components. And that's why, girls, if you're keeping the apple, if you after cutting for a few minutes, even it becomes brown color and doesn't look appealing to eat, right? So whenever I do, you know, whenever I'm making the fruit salad or something that we are decorating
something
apple
sour.
pieces. So I soak the apple pieces with lemon juice or the vinegar juice, so it will not go brown. And because suppose
bad then?
Yes.
Doesn't it taste very sour or very vinegar?
A little bit sour it will be there, but whenever you are making, suppose that garnish for the anything top you are giving, it will show a bit sour taste. It will give. That's true. But looking nice, people will eat. But after giving one bite, maybe you'll not feel well. But you have to finish your food, right?
True. It will be perfect.
Yeah, especially Ramadan time. You know that whenever we are serving this the fruits, in that time it looks very, you know, that it's not looking nice that all the apples are brown color. So that we are dipping it in that lemon juice, just one dip. So the color will not change. It's the tips for you all. Some students investigated the effect of pH on the enzyme polyphenol oxidase in apples. The students were provided with 1 apple, distilled water, and 4 solution. So you need to check, girls, what they're taking: apple, distilled water, and 4 solution. A, B, C, D, E. And the 4 solution, all the 4 solution, they have different pH. Now, this is the first question part. Now, step 1. They have taken 5 petri dishes and they have labeled A, B, C, D, E. And they have taken 20 cubic centimeter of distilled water in petri dish A. 20 cubic centimeter solution B. Solution B is one type of solution which is having one pH, but what they didn't disclose. So in pH A, they add 20 cubic centimeter of solution B. Okay, and then step 3 was repeated for using CDE with the petri dishes CDE. It means that the 5 petri dishes A, they have combined with B, B with C, C with D, D with E, like that. They have that combined with the that water and the different pH solution. Universal indicator paper and pH color chart was used to find out the pH of each solution of the 5 petri dishes. After combining distilled water and the pH solution, they have used the pH color meter to compare. 6 slices were cut from an apple and put on to separate white tile. 6 slices. These apple slices were cut approximately the same size to maintain the surface area. Each apple slice was chopped into small pieces and then crushed in with the spatula. You know how to make it, how to crush it with the spatula. One of the crushed apple slice was put into each solution petri dishes A, B, C, D, E. As the pieces were equal, so whenever you are going to make it, whenever you will crush it, amount will be same. And a lid was put on each petri dishes and they were left for 2 minutes. The crushed apple from the remaining slice was left uncovered. Now, they are asking you that on the white tile and was leveled as control. The lid of petri dish A was removed and the liquid was poured away, leaving only the crushed apple in the petri dish. The petri dish lid was not replaced. I hope you understood what they want to tell. Step 10 was repeated for petri dishes B, C, D, and E. So the same thing they're doing for other petri dishes also. The student looked, Orpa came, see, after 11 minutes, she has joined. The students look at the color of the crushed apple slice in each petri dish, and 0 minute, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, they are observing the color. The student used the key to show table 1.1 to identify the color intensity value of the crushed apple size. Now, if you look at this, look here, they told you if there is no the white color, there is no brown color, the color intensity value will be 1. If it is light brown color, look at the color, the table 1.1, it is color intensity score, it will be 2. And dark color, dark brown, it will be 3. Now, according to that, they have given a table. Okay, the result has given in a table. Now they're asking, in this table, you should include the color intensity value for the crushed apple slices, the pH of its solution. So that we need to prepare this. So we have 3 things, 10 minutes, 0 minutes, 20 minutes. And we have solution A, B, C, D, E. And the color intensity and also the pH. pH also different. So many things I need to conclude. Now, so for this thing, what I will do, I will do it in whiteboard.
This was the table which came in the exam.
And you couldn't do it. Most of the students.
No, I did it.
Alhamdulillah.
I did it.
Many students couldn't
I did it
solve
wrong
it.
at first. I did it wrong at first, and then I did it again at the last 2 minutes.
What happened?
Agena legend. Last 2 minutes she finished the table.
Don't ask me how did I finish it.
I know. Adrenaline rush.
Okay, just a minute, because the table you need to solve it. So everyone look at this board where I'm trying to solve this table. Finally, I did it. Now that here, that's 0 minute. Oh, wait. We will solve it. This is for 0 minute, 10 minutes, and 20 minutes. And here I need to do A, B, C, D, E, 5. 1, 2, then 3. This heading and column you need to understand, girls. So this is where it is going. This is 4 and this is 5. See the table drawing also. Anyway, I think you can understand that's enough, right?
Yes, miss.
Is the whiteboard, this drawing is really tough. You cannot draw a straight line because it is moving, or we need more practice to draw. I don't know, girls.
If you have a stylus, then it will be more helpful. It will be like drawing with a pen.
So do you know that today, during the break, I read one article, it's written, if there is no vaccine, that United States, they have to continue this social distance problem for 2022. So PH, you can understand, it's not possible to write. So what are you thinking by hearing this?
It makes sense.
Huh?
It makes sense why they need to do that till 2022.
So how the life will be? So color intensity here, it will be at time, or that here, just time. And now here it will be, here is 0 minutes, and then it will be 10 minutes, and then it will be 20 minutes. Now everyone look at this. Even though my that writing goes down, but I think you can understand. So that after that, if I'm doing this text here, this will be solution A and then pH 7. Girls, that everybody from the question paper, pH 7. So pH 7 at 0 minute, what will be the color intensity?
1.
For solution A, pH 7, what is the color intensity? 1. Check the color intensity. And pH 10, what will be the color intensity? 2. And if you extend like that, and that 20, what will be the 20? It will be 2. Again, it will be 2. It will be 2. Now, that solution B. Solution B.
All are 1.
Solution C. Solution D.
1.
Solution E. And what the pH is, look, the pH is 2. And then the color intensity for 0 minutes for pH 2. Girls, check the question. For pH 2, that 0 minute is 1. And then there is no color change. So the 10 minutes is also 1. 10 minutes also 1. And then 20 minutes also 1. Now that see that pH, they have given you pH 3. Now that this is also 1. This is also 1. This is also 1. And this is also 1. Now the pH 8. Test tube D is pH, Petri D, pH 8. So 8 at 0 minutes, 1.
1.
And then 10 minutes is, it will be 2. And 20 minutes it will be 3 because it shows the black dirt color. And the E, that pH is 9. This will be 1. And then 2. And then 3. Look at the white screen. Now I have completed my table. So this is the way you need to solve this table because the data is different types of data are there. pH you need to write, solution you need to write, and in a table one that things you cannot write twice. So girls, I hope you understood. Is it clear? Shall I stop sharing this?
Yes, miss. Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
Now I will come, I'm going to the question paper again. Look, now we did the table, right? Now I'll go down.
Miss, there is a question below the
Yes, list the pH value from the most effective to the least effective in preventing the brown of the color or the browning of the apple. Look, that is, if you look at this table, which one is the effective pH preventing?
pH2
pH2,
or pH3?
pH2 or pH3, right? 2 or 3, anything you can write. But look, that pH 8, 9, they are showing so many deep brown color. But look, pH 2 and 3, all are white. So here you can write pH 2 or 3. That's it. Now, state the purpose of the control setup in step 9. So for this
For
reason,
accuracy.
that control setup, you know this, to compare
To compare the
and to check
For
what
comparison and
happened.
accurate result.
Yes, that is a normal thing. Now, look at this data, girls. This shows the pH of some household product. Table 1.2, the pH of olive oil, no value, lemon juice 2, milk 6.6, water 7, salt water 7.6, baking soda 9. Suggest which of the household product in table 1.2 should be used to prevent cut apples from going brown. Explain your choice. So you can understand, I told you just now that when I'm serving this apple, I'm dipping it into the lemon juice or the vinegar because of this acid. So which household product you are going to use? Of course, according to the table, you are going to use lemon juice. Why? Because of its less pH.
yes, pH.
Low pH, right? Now, state one variable that was kept constant in this investigation and describe how the variable was constant. So if you are
The volume of
size of
distilled
apple.
water.
Size of
That-
apple.
the volume of distilled water, yes, volume of distilled water, how did they do? That measure 20 cubic centimeter with measuring cylinder. And if you're writing that apple, same that size apple, so how did they do? All that slices they cut from the same apple. Actually, they didn't tell you how did they measure that size of the apple. They told you to cut equal pieces. So better, instead of using this point, you can use that same or use same apple, same or one apple, so that you can write that all the slices cut from the same apple. This point you can write, or see that the soaking time that they kept it for 2 minutes, right? These also you can write. So actually, the very common thing is volume of distilled water. So you can write measure 20 cubic centimeter with measuring cylinder. Now, next question. State the main hazard. Oh no, that explain why the leads were not put back onto the petri dishes after the solution were poured away in step 10 to 11. Because girls, that the reaction need oxygen,
needed.
right? Oxygen needed, otherwise reaction will not happen. So they were not keep the lead again in step 10. Do you want to see the step 10 and 11? If I'm going back, look and read step 10 and 11. So the answer is because oxygen is needed for the reaction. That's why they didn't keep the lead again. Now, next question. State the main hazard in step 6 and 7 and describe how to reduce the risk of this hazard. This answer I want from you. Cutting the apple. Okay, cutting the 6 slices.
With a sharp knife.
Yes, but carefully, right? Cutting carefully with a sharp knife and by using a solid board. Because if you are keeping it, think about Azina is cutting apple by keeping it on her hand. Now what will happen? See.
I cut my hand.
Yeah, definitely. No doubt of this. Okay, so whenever you will cut anything, you have to keep it on the solid board, then you need to cut. Now, Orpa is doing class, right? Hello, Orpa, how are you? I didn't hear any sound from Orpa.
Hi, Miss.
Hello, Orpa, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, good.
You are
Excuse
present
me,
in my
miss.
class, but I'm not hearing any sound from you. That's why I'm asking, are you okay? Or you don't like this method like Sarah? Sarah replied me, Miss, I don't like this format of class.
I'll be honest, Miss, I don't like it either.
But we are solving past paper exactly the way we used to solve in the class.
Yes.
We are writing on the board. Okay, I am
Yes.
explaining with the question. And one top, the benefits is if you don't have the variant also, you will be able to see the question.
Yes, Miss.
So there are some benefits, right? And actually, this online classes, if you don't like, it will be a big problem because you have seen the situation. Right now, maybe we have to depend on the online classes more. You have to get this
Miss?
practice. Yes, dear.
Miss, did we do any 18 variant till now, paper 6?
No, I will, inshallah.
Okay, miss.
That because slowly I'm coming. 17 I have completed that all 4343 variant. Then tomorrow maybe that 118. That as we are going to take the small test, maybe I'll discuss one paper 6 simple. That there is 18, there is one paper 6 very short. So maybe I'll give you that link. And because we are going to do the test tomorrow, that's why. And then that next week we will be solving paper 4 from 18 variant and as well paper 6 also. But 19 I will solve all the variant, all the variant, not only 43, 40 like that, all the variant 19 I will solve. Okay, girls. Next question that they're asking you, explain why the method used to find out the color intensity value for the crushed apple slices in step 12 is a source of error. Now we need to look what is
It
step
is being
12.
judged by eyes.
Yeah. The student looked at the color of the crushed apple.
Judged by eyes.
Yes. So by looking, if you are telling anything, suppose you are looking according to your point of view. Other girls maybe they are explaining in different point of view. So that because this is qualitative method and judged by the eyes. If I'm telling you measure the length of this table without anything by the eyes, you will tell me it is 4 meter. Another one will know miss it is less than 4 meter. So because it's qualitative, but if you measure with the ruler, there is no confusion. The result will be 100% correct.
Accurate.
So you are going to write because it is qualitative method and judged by the eyes, and there are more than 3 shades of brown and similar that sometimes similar that different shades of brown color look same, right? Sometimes it's tough to differentiate, right? If you are not using the color meter or the color scheme, right? Sometimes you feel that light brown, deep brown, sometimes deep brown also there are different shades, light brown also there are different shades. Everything looks same, right? But 1 mark you don't need to write so much, just write because it is qualitative method and judged by the eye. And there are more than 3 shades of brown. Now, next question. Identify one source of error in step 6, 7, or 8. 6, 7, or 8. Again, we need to go back to this. 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. What did that 6 slices? It means that cutting. The error should be, yes. So you can write that that crashing uneven, right? One is big, one is too smooth, one is like that. So you can use mortar pestle. Mortar pestle, or that amount of apple are not same. I told you that someone was telling me in the variable that was kept constant, that Sanjida, maybe you told to write that size of apple pieces. I told not to write that. You can use same apple that you are using, because that was they kept constant, but they didn't show you here any method that the 6 slices was equal pieces. Okay, they didn't tell that use the scale and measure or use cork borer to measure the same size. They didn't show. So this could be an error also. You can write the amount of apple are not same. So how can you do the improvement? Use same mass or set volume of the crushed apple. Understood? Clear?
Miss.
And one more thing, girls, very easy thing. If you don't understand, see the 5 that petri dishes they are doing together, right? So is it possible that for one person to take care of exactly when the color is changing? No, right? So that you do the test separately or take the help of other 2-3 people to do the experiment simultaneously. These also you can write as a source of error. Now, this is our planning question. The enzyme polyphenol oxidase and the substrate polyphenol can be extracted from crushed apples. The substrate turns brown when the enzyme is present. Some students were provided with extract of enzyme and the substrate. Describe the method a student would use to find out the optimum temperature of the enzyme. Girls, optimum temperature of enzyme is very easy. You will take the enzyme, you will take the substrate, and you will keep them into the 3 different the temperature, and then finally you will compare the changes of the color. And here they have given you the substrate, they have given you the enzyme name. So first, please listen carefully. And as enzymes are affected with the pH, you will use the same pH solution, because in the given experiment, they were using different pH solution. Here we will use same pH solution. So what we are going to do, we will take 3 test tubes with equal amount of substrate polyphenol and enzyme polyphenol oxidase, right? 3 test tube ABC with equal amount of enzyme and substrate. But here we will write in the that enzyme polyphenol oxidase and substrate polyphenol, because they have given this to name in this question. And keep a constant pH for all the 3 setup. Use 3 that prepare 3 water bath, and where temperature is 30, 40, 50 degree that centigrade. Maintain the temperature by using thermostatically controlled water bath. Keep the 3 test tube into 3 different temperature and leave them for 5 minutes to equilibrate with the temperature. Now, start the stopwatch and observe the color change every 10 minutes for 30 minutes. And the test tube shows the deeper and faster color change. That temperature is optimum. Repeat this experiment with different range of temperature near the optimum to find out more optimum temperature. Use lab coat and goggles for safety. Understood, girls? Is it clear?
Yes,
because the substrate turn brown when the enzyme is present. So you need to check the color within 30 minutes you will get the color change. So you are going to do this test like that. Take 3 test tube, 3 identical test tube, mark them A, B, C, add equal amount of substrate polyphenol and enzyme polyphenol oxidase in each of them. Keep a constant pH solution for all of them, and prepare 3 water bath where temperature is 30, 40, 50 with the help of the thermostatically controlled water bath. Maintain the temperature. Keep the 3 test tube ABC into 3 different water bath, and for 3 minutes. Leave them for 3 minutes to equilibrate with the temperature, and start the stopwatch. Observe the color change in every 10 minutes for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, check the test tube which shows the deeper and faster color change. That temperature is optimum. And repeat this experiment near the smaller range of temperature near the optimum, and then use lab coat and goggles for safety. That's it. It's easy. Enzyme, any enzyme, the temperature related questions are really easy. That something sort of things like that, the last variant we did, the vitamin C, right? This vitamin C, iodine solution, starch solution, these are a bit complicated, but this is easy. Even the pottometer also easy. Pottometer, you can measure uptake of water, or you can measure the amount of water has been released through the rate of transpiration also you can measure. And the one more pattern has come sometime, that different food taste. Suppose one question came that in 2018 that the nectar, some student collected the nectar. So now do the test to identify what is the nutrient composition of this nectar. Now, what you're going to do, you will give iron test, starch test, reducing sugar test, vitamin C test, fat test, protein test. If you are giving 4 tests, it's okay. After giving the 4 tests, you will write, if the result is like that, this nutrient is present in the nectar. And end of this all explanation, last moment, you will tell that repeat this experiment by collecting the nectar different times of the year, because different times nectar quality will be different. So then you can find out the conclusion that what is the nutrient component of the nectar. So like that way, this planning question, if you understand the format, you need to understand what the question demand, the things they're asking, the effect of this, that you will do in 3-4 that setup. And that is easy. 2016 one variant I feel a bit different. I will give you later. Let me complete 2019. Sometime it is coming effect of humidity. Humidity effect is very easy. You will use humidifier. Okay, and you use your 1 or 2 humidifier you can add to increase the humidity, and then find out the rate of uptake of water. So girls, planning question is not very hard. You can, it's very easy. Problem is sometimes that you don't understand. So read the first experiment given, underline the important data with the pencil, and think before solving the planning question. Now, next question, page number 6. In another experiment, enzymes were extracted from 2 different fruits. These enzyme extracts were heated at 65 degrees centigrade for a total 60 minutes. During this time, samples were removed every 15 minutes. The samples were tested to find out how much enzyme activity remained. This table shows the result of this experiment. So 0 minute, apricot is 100, avocado also 100 enzyme activity. But 15 minutes, look, apricot is working faster. Avocado 40, and the avocado working was till 60. It was not like that apricot. Within 15 minutes and 30 minutes, apricot function activity becomes 0. So by looking this, you can understand. Now, there is a graph. Girls, could you please tell me, plot a line graph for showing the enzyme activity against the sample time. You should plot the data for the apricot and for the avocado. Girls, I need one thing. Tell here, they are asking you for both apricot also, avocado also, understood? And sample of the time. It means you need to draw 2 lines in the graph paper. Now tell me which one will be X, which one will be Y.
Miss, time/minute will be X, and then percentage of enzyme activity will be Y.
Now, if anything are coming like that. Oh, Anika, sorry, you gave a message, I didn't notice that. Yes, long back you gave one past paper question that the vitamin C, right? That is correct.
Yes.
That I read,
Okay.
that is correct. Actually, last week I was busy with the report card, I told you.
No, yes, Miss. Actually, I didn't receive that checked or something.
I saw. Whenever you will be seeing that message is seen, then you can ask Miss then just make me remember, Miss, what is the answer? My answer is correct or not. Then I'll remember that I didn't answer you. So actually, what happened? I told you that this was the problem for this reason. That report card, all the report card, those who have given the retake, I have to make again because my file is in the school computer. So I couldn't collect that one as the, that 24 hours curfew, what to do. So, and thank God I have the mark sheet, all your documents are with me in my bag. So I prepared. So that's why maybe I forgot. So girls, this one, there is this graph. I will show you as I have less 1 minute 6 seconds. Let me come back. Then I will show you again. After coming, I'm giving you the link again, then I'll show you the graph.
After coming, I'll welcome you back.
Sure. Good afternoon, girls. There is no other alternative. That's why we have to follow. And one thing I feel that where everybody, what they are doing, we have to follow, because whatever the that pros and cons, it will come together so that you will not be alone. If you withdraw only one or two girls, you will be seeing that your friends are not with you. So better to do whatever your friends are doing. Actually, everything is unpredictable.
I don't think so. That makes sense, but okay.
Yeah, that's true. Now the graph, I want to show the graph that, look at this, girls. I will show you the graph. Let me share. Just a minute. I'll share this. Look at this graph. This type of graph, the line graph on the grid of enzyme activity against the sample time. So this type of graph you need to draw like in this way, because here avocado and apricot, two data. Okay, so if you are giving the key, see my picture was this side has gone, but you can understand I gave the key apricot solid line and avocado dash line. So you plotted the graph, and after that I showed this line in this way. I think you can understand. Do you have the past paper in front of you? Then you can draw this.
Yes, miss.
Then you can draw this. So the data as that percentage of enzyme activity, the highest is 100. I started from 0. Then that 10 square, I used 20. Because so that see, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So it means per small square is 2, and that time or the minute highest is 60. So I have given 10 square into 10. Here is 1 small square, value is 1. Then I have to just plot it and then join point to point because it's the line graph. So girls, are you drawing? Hello.
Yes, I'm done drawing.
Okay, so shall I go to the next question?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Now that, let's do the next question. So next question, state a conclusion for these results. See, for both the fruits, the enzyme activity decreases as the time is going on, or with time. The apricot enzyme shows the greatest reduction after 15 minutes, but avocado remains, the enzyme activity remains for a long time, even after heating than the apricot. You can look at this data and you can understand what I'm telling. See, apricot within 15 minutes it shows the greatest reduction. Yes, apricot enzyme shows the greatest reduction. After 15 minutes it shows the reaction, right? But avocado remains, the enzyme activity remains for a long time, even after heating. Okay, now long time, because 60 minutes also it is not showing the least value. Now here is another question. This is a photomicrograph of some blood cells. You can understand the lobe shape. This is that nucleus. There are 2 lobe-shaped nucleus, which is phagocytes. Okay, yes. And that lymphocytes, because lymphocytes, the identification, the whole cell, the nucleus will be so big, it will cover almost the whole cell. This is identification of the lymphocytes. And then red blood cell, you can understand by looking their biconcave shape. Now the question is, state 2 visible differences between the red blood cell and the white blood cell.
Red blood cells have no nucleus, but WBC have lobe nucleus.
Yes. Phagocytes have nucleus, no problem. And then one more.
Red blood cells are more than phagocytes. I mean,
yes.
There is more RBC than WBC.
Yes, look, RBC are overlapping each other. Look at the picture. Yes. RBC are overlapping, but WBCs are not overlapping. They are so big, how they will overlap each other, right? So you can write any 2. Red blood cells do not have nucleus and WBC have nucleus. You can write red blood cells are smaller than phagocytes. You can write there are more red blood cells than white blood cells. You can write that red blood cells are overlapping, but white blood cells are not overlapping. Any 2 points you can write here. Now, if we are moving down, make a large drawing of 2 cells labeled phagocytes. So it's easy, right? Here, you need to draw 2 cells. Labeled one, that phagocytes. It's easy. This diagram is easy. Now, look at this. Measure the diameter of 3 marked blood cells. Along the line drawn each of the cell, record the measurement in table 2.1. Add the missing unit, calculate the average diameter. So girls, that unit, we are going to do it with the millimeter. It's easy for us. Now, red blood cell, diameter 1, diameter 2, and average diameter. Lymphocytes, phagocytes. Let's go back to the...
We'll write millimeter there.
Yes, millimeter. So you will measure here millimeter also. Look, phagocytes. Phagocytes, you will length and width. This is diameter 1 and diameter 2. Okay, you will measure, you will find out the average. And then look at that red blood cell. Its level already given. You will measure its lengthwise diameter, widthwise diameter, 2 diameter, diameter 1 and diameter 2. And then you will find out the average. And again, lymphocytes. Look at the lymphocytes. There are 2 cross marks. You have to measure this length, and this is diameter 1, this is diameter 2, and you have to find out the average. After that, look. This, if I'm showing you this data, red blood cell, the average will be 12.5 lymphocyte. I think you can do it. Do I need to show the calculation, girls?
No.
You can. I know that just to measure the length and you will find out the average. That's this by adding and dividing with the 2. No need to do it. Next question, calculate the actual average diameter of the red blood cell using your answer 2B1. Magnification, average diameter, and actual. So girls, that 2B1. Figure 2.1, that red blood cell, I told you the average will be, suppose that it will be 12.5. So how can you do this calculation? 1 millimeter equal to 1000 micrometer, you know, right? So the magnification, look, go back to the diagram. Magnification 1500, right? So what will be the answer? This one, okay. I will show you with the whiteboard better. This calculation will be like that. So you got this, that 12.5, this is your measurement. And you will divide it with 1500 because magnification. So you will be getting here, your result will be 0.008. This is millimeter, right? Now you have to show your answer in micrometer. So if you want to show your answer in micrometer, you have to multiply 0.008. You have to multiply with 1000. And your result is 8 micrometer. Got it? So now I will stop this sharing, and here you will see this answer. So your answer is 8 micrometer. I hope you understood the calculation, right, girls? Any question?
Yes. No.
So this is end of our paper 6. See, we have completed one full variant. Do you have any confusion?
No, miss.
Now, if you don't have any confusion, that now I need to ask you one thing. Suppose they have given you one photometer. Do you know what is photometer?
Yes, yes.
By using
Light
photometer,
intensity.
yeah, you can measure the rate of water absorption, or you can measure the rate of water lost, or you can measure the effect of temperature, or you can measure the effect of humidity. Anything you can measure. Now, if I'm asking, investigate the effect of temperature or effect of humidity on the rate of water absorption by a leafy shoot. I'm asking to experiment, but the same way. What you are going to do?
We will do the same experiment but with different factors. For example, we can go for humidity first, and then
Okay, first
for,
let's
water.
do with the temperature. Okay, temperature. What you are going to do? First, you will take the potometer. You will fill with the water. You will cut a young leafy shoot. Okay, then you will quickly insert the leafy shoot in the wide mouth of the potometer. You will by using a
Yes.
rubber stock, you will make it airtight, right?
Miss,
Now, yes, miss. Yes, Anika. Okay, no question. Maybe I'll start. First, you need to take a potometer. You will fill it filled with the water. Hello.
yes, miss. Listening.
Okay. You will fill with water, and then you will cut a young leafy shoot, and quickly you will put it in the wide mouth of the potometer, and you will use a rubber stopper so that and to make all the
Push
connection
in
airtight.
wide mouth of.
Potometer. Potometer has a wide mouth. You can check that 6-2 variant, the last question. Now, what you're going to do after this, you make sure that all the connections are airtight and there is no leakage of this potometer.
Rubber
After that-
insulator.
Yes, yes.
What was that? What was that with the rubber insulator?
Rubber cork or rubber stopper, whatever you feel. Now,
Stopper.
Now that you will keep this setup in the same light intensity, in the room temperature, and you will check in the bottom there is a capillary tube. You can check the air or water meniscus. So after half an hour later, take the position of air or water meniscus. If needed, fill the that potometer with the water because there is another water refill tank. Okay, so as the chute will do the transpiration, it will draw water from the capillary tube. So record the distance moved by the water for 1 minute and take the average for 3 minutes. Okay, and refill the capillary tube if needed. Now, keep the temperature low or high. Suppose you have kept the whole setup in room temperature. Now increase the temperature by adding heater in the room. Understood? Or you can decrease the temperature by adding cooling fan. And both the time, for suppose if you are doing it, if you are measuring the water loss or uptake of water for 3 minutes every 1 minute till 3 minutes. So you will do it for the cooling fan by adding cooling fan when temperature is less. That time also by adding heater, room heater, by increasing the temperature that time also. And then compare the 3 results to find the effect of temperature on the rate of water uptake. And to find out the rate, you have to divide with the time to find the rate. This is the effect of temperature on the rate of water absorption. Same question if I'm asking about the humidity. The same setup, girls. Potometer, fill with the water, cut a young leafy shoot, quickly insert the cut end through the rubber tubing in the wide mouth of the potometer. Make sure all the connections are airtight and there is no leakage of this apparatus. Okay, and then keep this in the same light intensity and the same room temperature with that normal humidity. And observe that as the plant leaf shoot will transpire or do the transpiration, that they will draw water. So check the air, the movement of the air distance or the water meniscus. Check it after every 1 minute, do it for the 3 minutes, take the average result. Now increase the humidity of the room by adding 1 humidifier. Take the result and measure the result. And do the same experiment by adding 1 more humidifier to effect. Then first the total volume of water loss divided the time to find out the rate. Compare the result in different humidity to find out the effect of humidity on the rate of water absorption by leafy shoot. So see that same setup, how many explanation you can do, different question. According to the question you will explain, no problem girls. Same thing, temperature when it is coming, you will, as this is not water bath, you cannot keep this whole potometer in water bath. So you are keeping in a room, right? So room, what you are going to do, closed room, of course it will closed room. You can increase temperature by adding cooling fan or room heater. Okay, and you can decrease temperature by cooling fan, increase temperature by heater. Or if you are doing the humidity test, what you are going to do, you will keep this in a normal humidity. Then you will increase the humidity by adding humidifier. Or if you don't want to add 2 humidifier, you can spread white cloth in that room. spread white cloth so that it will increase humidity normally. Then you will compare the result. But make sure the number of the leaves and the surface area of the leaf will be same. Suppose one time you are giving 5 leaves and the time 6 leaves. So if the surface area is different, transpiration rate will be different. Then your result will be not correct. So you need to write use the same shoot with the same number of leaves. Then wear lab coating goals, that's it. But the result you will write, check the uptake of water by measuring the distance moved along the capillary tube and compare the data to find out the effect of temperature or to find out the effect of humidity. And there is a refill tank in the potometer. If needed, every time you will write that, if needed, refill the capillary tube. So girls, this is the way you can explain different planning question. You can check, this is October number 17, variant 6.2, page number 11, the one I have explained. Yes, Anika,
Yes.
you are
Could you
trying to
please,
ask.
yes, miss, could you please tell me after what happens when the water is moved, like the uptake happens?
When the plant's leaves are going to do the transpiration, they will take water, right, from the bottom.
Yes.
So when they're taking water, the air, the space of the air will be more, or water meniscus, that result will be more. You can measure the distance. By measuring the distance, you can understand the amount of water they have used. Okay, so the total volume of water is, suppose 3 minutes, the amount of water used by the plant. Okay, that amount of water is the total volume of the water has been transpired. So you can divide with the 3 minutes, as it is for 3 minutes you have done. If you are doing for 5 minutes, you will divide with the 5 to find the rate of water uptake. That's it. So girls, no problem. Look that October number 1762, that planning question, I think you can. So this is our today's class. Inshallah, tomorrow I feel all of you will be ready for the test and you will do well. This is normal test. Nihat, inform your friends, because 10 students they have registered for bio, and I am seeing that almost 6 girls are doing the class regularly. See, the Orpa didn't join second time. Orpa joined first time.
She couldn't join because of some problem.
What is the problem? Next problem.
Oh no, miss. She asked me for the ID and the password.
Miss, I'm sorry again, and find the rate of transpiration. What do we find it? Rate of transpiration?
No, that uptake of water absorption, rate of water absorption. You go through the past paper, you will understand, no problem. Or else tomorrow again we'll discuss, don't worry.
No,
So
no
that's-
problem, Miss. I'll read the
This
question.
is our today's class. You just go through the question and try to understand. If you come, then tomorrow I'll explain again. So tomorrow
I'll send
I
you
will-
the planning question today.
Today, I'm going to give you one more link of the small paper 6 variant. Okay, because tomorrow we'll be doing the test, that's why. Okay, girls, thank you. See you tomorrow, okay?
Okay, Miss.
Bye.
Salam.
Okay.
Walaikum salam.
Take care.